Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a pair of 2019 Vans Implant Pro Snowboard boots. They're for all mountain freestyle use for intermediate to advanced level riders that want something with a traditional style lace, a lightweight appeal, and a very cinched down heel pocket. This is a really great boot. It's one of the team favorites, has great innovative technology, and of course it's super comfortable right out of the box. This is a boot that you can ride groomers with and take in the park. It has kind of a unique appeal to it because it has a flex zone of about 5 to 7 depending on how you adjust a power cuff and if you decide to use the X cage or not on the liner. This is a pretty cool boot, but overall it does feature a traditional lace style system. That is like the major thing about this. Traditional lace, it's easy to replace if you happen to like split a lace or so. It has flex notches on the shell, but the thing you may be wondering is, what the heck is this boa coil or this boa reel doing on the side of the boot? This boa reel actually has a custom kind of like a slide guide to it as well, but it actually fits on or sits within the midstep of that tongue. So when you crank down that boa, this tongue's custom slide section actually is drawn into that heel pocket. You'll notice that once I click it in and start turning it, that custom slide guide actually pushes the tongue into that pocket. That is remarkable. One of the biggest problems that snowboarders have, whether they be freestyle or free riders, is that when they get on a toe side edge, sometimes their heels will lift up if the heel pocket isn't nice and snug. With that boa, you have the ability to keep that nice and snug. Another cool part actually about it too is like when you have it tightened down, say you're ripping a groomer and you have it super tight, when you get down to the bottom of the lift and you might get a little bit of low circulation or something, you can just unpop that and you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room too, which is actually pretty nice. There's a nice external style backstay. It's a synthetic style material, kind of ballistic style nylon. And then on the medial side, there's actually breathable ventilation too. So if your feet get really warm, heat can escape there. But one other thing about the boot is that it has a heat retention layer along the bottom or underneath your footbed above your midsole, and that's been actually upgraded for 2019 to kind of encapsulate that toe box. So where you need warmth the most, underneath your feet and on your toes, you'll have it, and it'll actually keep the cold out. So the heat will rise if your feet get too hot. Of course, those side vents actually help to relieve some of that heat. The tongue has like a 3D style shaping, a little bit of padding to it, then a nice little gusset. But again, that custom slide guide with that boa is real nice too, because if you get like a weird pinch, you can move that to wherever you want it to go, so you don't feel it underneath your ankle strap. The outsole and midsole are great. The midsole is actually an ultra cush. It absorbs tons of impact, of course. And then the rubber outsole is in those high abrasion and wear areas. This is called the V2 Waffle Flex. It actually flexes just a little bit better. You get great amount of board feel. And then inside this thing is like a couple of different things. The first one is actually the V2 harness. V2 harness actually just kind of wraps around this V2 liner. There's a liner locking lace down system, and then there's the power cuff. I don't really have the power cuff set up right now, but the power cuff can be worn basically 3 different ways. You don't have to wear it. You can actually cut it off if you like. It can be worn across the front and on the exterior of the tongue, and then it can be also worn underneath the tongue but over the top of the liner. So that's one way that this boot actually has 5 different feels. If you want it to be the stiffest and most reactive, the way that I like it in the upper section, put the power cuff around the top section of that tongue. If you want the loosest, don't even wear it. You can cut it off if you'd like. Inside of the shell is this awesome V2 dual density ultra cush foam heat moldable liner. This is called the V2. It's really great. It has a kind of a soft top touch. Same thing with the cuff along the outside of the shell. You're not going to get a lot of harsh bite on your calf. There's a comfort fit kind of toe box, so if you bottom out on a jump, you have a little bit of give there, and then a dispersed pressure pad for your ankle strap. But the cool thing that you'll see is this X cage. The X cage is actually removable. You can take it off. You can have kind of less support or less ankle heel down if you want, And of course you can cut it too. You can cut it to customize to how the shape of your foot actually is. And then, of course, in there and directly underneath your foot is this V2 footbed. It's a dual density Ultra Cush. Has a moisture wicking style top, and then a little bit of arch support and a nice little heel cradle. But overall, this is a really rad boot. You know, overall it looks really good. It's actually surprisingly lightweight because there's not a full rubber outsole. It actually has a little bit more lightweight appeal. But if you need your ankle or your heel locked down and you like the top section of your boot really, really tight, you have that option. And with a custom heat and moldable liner, you have a boot that's gonna fit really, really good. You don't even have to custom heat mold it. The foam will actually just kind of conform to your foot after, you know, a couple of hours. So here it is. This is the Implant Pro, an awesome boot from Vans that, of course, you can check out here at thehouse.com by selecting the link below in the description. Leave a comment or question. Let me know what you think of this thing here. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more vids there. Hit the little bell submission button to get notifications to watch more vids. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys around, and hopefully I'll see you on snow. Peace.